Hey guys, Magnus Robert here, bringing you another video. This one we're going to be doing a video talking about my top 10 favourite non-playable characters. So yeah, this is kind of a little bit of a fun list. This isn't really too serious, it's because it's mostly based on looks, it's not based on anything much. Like the NPC ones are just like a bit of fun really, unlike the playable characters. So this comes down to a few things. I mean, I've bundled a few different NPCs together, but it's kind of hard to have, like, because some I like feel like I need to bundle, and then others it's like I can't really bundle them because they're not really the same in any way. They just would release at the same time. So yeah, I've kind of bundled a few, so it's a bit weird, but I hope you don't mind. Anyway, so this is my best, and I will be doing my top 10 worst as well. Essentially, everything is featured on one of the Evo lists. Even if that means it's listed in the honourable mentions. So anyway, let's go on to our honourable mentions. First of all, we have the Faire Regard, is our first honourable mention. Pretty kind of cool, but I just, again, think that all the other things above it were just better. But he is kind of cool, and of course, beside him, as another honourable mention, is the Dilophosaurus. The Dilophosaurus is kind of cool, I guess, to have. I don't know, I just felt like we already got one dinosaur and we got this one on top. It's kind of cool, I guess, but it's not like groundbreaking. It's just a dinosaur. Anyway, so let's get into the actual list. So number 10, I have put the Burns Dragon. So a little controversial because this actually won the best NPC of 2017. It comes down to this. I do like him, I just don't think he's that great. And the reason I don't think he's that great is the way he was added, the whole, you have to, first of all, he was quite a lot of donuts, like he was a ridiculous price, and all you get out of it is a few free decorations if you release him. Like, I just think it's just not amazing, it's kind of crappy as well, it's kind of like, it feels a little scammy as well to me. It's like, it sounds like you're getting something really, really cool, but you're really not. It's pretty crappy in terms of like the price for donuts. So that's why it's only number 10, but I gotta say it does look awesome. And it looks cool when it's wandering around Springfield, so I have to give it that. So number 10 is the Burns Dragon. Number 9, I have put the Ghost Enforcer. I don't know, I think this guy's pretty cool, and he definitely did not deserve tasks, because of course he was just a background character, and I think he acted as a nice little prize, like mini prize to get in the Secret Agents event, so he definitely goes up there. Really cool character, and you know, cool to see him wandering around. Number 8. So number 8, I've gone with a bundle just because I felt like I needed to. So this is the Groupie, the Hipster, and the Millennial. So I've just kind of grouped them all together. And I know the Copyright Lawyer is also in the attendee bundle, but this was the Homopalooza takedown. And I know the Copyright Lawyer was also in this bundle, but I just kind of think that these guys make sense to group together, while the Copyright Lawyer just doesn't. It feels like he's kind of latched onto this group, because this group is kind of all related. So the Groupie, the Hipster, and the Millennial, yeah, they're kind of cool characters, and they're nice little souvenirs from the Homopalooza. They walk around, they kind of look normal, they're normal looking, they look like just everyday Springfielders, maybe, like background characters, so I kind of respect them for that, and I just think they're kind of cool. Again, it just comes down to, I prefer the others above it. Number 7. So number 7, I have put Maurice. So this comes from, I guess, nostalgia a little bit, and also just because it's kind of cool to kind of complete the collection. So Maurice, of course, came in Destination Springfield. She's ugly on as Caesar's donkey, pet donkey, and she's like she just like, you just tap her and she kicks her feet back. Nothing much, just a simple NPC, but it was just, the reason it's kind of number 7 is, you know, I got some nostalgia from it. It's really cool to have, and you know, it has it's just a simple kind of NPC, and it was free as well, I'm pretty sure, so can't complain. Anyway, number 6, I've gone with the Copyright Lawyer. I just think he looks like just kind of a cool average Joe who just walks around Springfield, really. Like, he's not particularly that interesting. I just think he looks kind of cool, and it's just cool to see him walking around. Of course, you know, just having another lawyer in. Seeing as we've got a courthouse and we've only got the blue-haired lawyer so far, so we've got another lawyer wandering about Springfield as well. Number 5, I've put the Groundhouse Assassin. Again, comes down to looks. She looks really cool. Of course, you tap her and she has that spike ball thing. Just a cool little character to come around. Definitely was worth adding for the Secret Agents event. And of course, she doesn't have tasks, which I think is true. Like, characters as small as that, I guess you can force tasks. Like Agent Bunt, for example. Like Agent Bunt, really. I mean, I guess he could have tasks. It's kind of like one, like, he was significant, I guess, but he really didn't play that big of a role. Same with the Grindhouse Assassin, I guess. Like, she was significant, but she didn't really play that big of a role in the story. So it's like, take your pick. And I don't mind if she doesn't have tasks. That's fine by me. And it's kind of cool to badass looking. Number four, I put the Darwin fish. I really like this. Just kind of cool to have. He just like little taps. He doesn't do much. He just flaps around when you tap him. But it's just kind of cool to have, and of course it's rememberable from the episode it's from. Number three, I've put Goosey. So Goosey, I think, was a great kind of I guess, accompany to JG. Really, really cool. I kind of wanted tasks for him a little bit. I was kind of on the fence with if Goosey should have been a playable character, because in some respect I think maybe he should have been a playable character, but again, like the fact that Snowball 2 doesn't have tasks, and then you give it to a character like Goosey, who's only really present in 2 episodes as like a major fact, or like a major character, and you give it to Snowball. You don't give Snowball 2 tasks, but you give Goosey. That would kind of annoy me. So some ways maybe it's probably better he doesn't have tasks, but he is really cool to have, and I'm glad they added him, because he was a nice little comic relief in the Great Gatsby episode, and definitely him and JG were 2 pretty cool characters to get, and definitely come from the best episode tie-in. So gotta give it that. Number 2, I've put the battling Seizure Robot, because the main reason I like this is, first of all, I remember it really like vividly from that episode. I remember the whole thing where they're watching the TV and then they all like spaz out when they see this they see this robot. And what's really, really awesome, it's not just the fact that they've added it from that really funny scene, like that would have been one thing, but the fact when you tap it, the screen actually flashes like the actual epileptic thing. Like, that effect to me is just like such a clever NPC, and it's just a step up from what tapped out usually the NPCs in tapped out usually are. It's kind of like it actually affects something, like a bit like the ship that you can tap and it rains donuts. Like, it actually affects the town. Like, I like it when they do that, and so I definitely deserves number 2. However, I had to give something else number 1, just because of the whole nostalgia thing. I keep using that word now, but I guess it is the best way to describe why I prefer some other things, just because from the episode they're from, to me, it means so much more than what it actually is in the game, and what it does in the game, and how it's beneficial in the game. So number 1, can I have that drum roll? I can't be bothered. Number 1 goes to the Screamer Pillar. So the reason I give it to the Screamer Pillar is, I've gone through it before, but I just love the episode it's from, the whole thing with the EPA guy, and they have the little koi pond, and there's the Screamer Pillar in it, and so Homer has to kind of keep care of it, because this is meant to be this rare animal. And when they added the koi pond as a decoration, it actually has the Screamer Pillar. You tap it and it screams. So that was kind of like, oh, they added it as a decoration. I wanted the Screamer Pillar to be added. I was like, I was happy with that. I was happy it was a decoration, at least. Like, at least they actually noted it and they added it, and they actually made it a part of the decoration. So I was pretty happy with that. And then they came across it in the Time Traveling Toaster, and they added the Scream Pillar as an actual NPC character, and you just tap it and it screams. Awesome. I just love it. I know it's weird, and it's an NPC that I wanted in the game quite badly, so comes down to my kind of personal weird preference, but and I guess nostalgia from the episode, but that's the reason Screamer Pillar is number 1. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and do all that good stuff. Tell me your thoughts. Give me your top 5 maybe, or your top 10 if you can be bothered doing a top 10. Give me your top 10. If you can't do that, just top 5 will do. And if you really, really can't do that, you can scrape out a top 3. And don't you dare say you can't scrape out a top 3. I know you can. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do all the good stuff as well, and I'll see you next one. Goodbye.